What's up, fam? Welcome back to JRest TV. If you're new to my channel, we cover all things business, investing, and just overall men, self-improvement. If that's something you're interested in, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. If you return to my channel, you already know what's up. We get right into it. Right now, we gotta go over the stock portfolio right now. We're creeping around $3,700 right now. Been some volatility. The first 2 weeks of this year, first couple weeks of this year have been really risk on. So stocks and equities have been rising up pretty fast. Some stocks was doing 20% year to date already. Now that the president is talking about Greenland situation and taking over that, things like that, the market has been getting a little shaky. You're talking about tariffs again. If you're not new to the channel, check out my video back in last February, March, April. I was covering that whole tariff thing. You can see how I was putting the portfolio, what stocks I was investing in during that time. I don't think we're gonna get that big of a drop this go around, but we probably will. So that's why the strategy is still try to just stack up cash and be a sniper and invest in companies that I've been eyeing like a sniper. Not doing a whole bunch too much, just investing like a sniper right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with just getting into the fear and greed index currently. So as you can see right here, we're neutral. It's about 48. We're tilting a little bit more towards fear. And if you're not sure what the fear and greed index is, just a sentiment of the current market right now, how they're feeling overall. We're kind of neutral, tipping towards fear. The market wasn't too crazy this today. Like there wasn't a crazy drop in equities, but I didn't do any buying today. Really, I'm just kind of holding out to see because this could just be the start. It could not. I don't really know right now how he's gonna play it. The best thing to do is kind of just. I bought a lot last week. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the portfolio right now, so we can go ahead and do it. I bought a lot last week, a decent amount. Zeta fell, like already. It lost literally. Is this the browser? I was gonna share screen audio. I don't have no screen audio on this, so. Zeta, well, we can just start. Nvidia still looking good right now. Haven't bought anything. I did sell some shares though. I sold, I can show you right here. I sold about a half a share over this past week or so. One getting $47, one getting $45. The reason for making these sales is because I bought my first Nvidia shares. Let me see. I bought my first Nvidia shares a while ago, to be honest with you. Pre-split. I was buying Nvidia October 27, 2023. I can see right here. So it's been 2 years now, about 2 years now. So I usually don't like to take profits on a company till at least a year so I can get lower capital gains tax. If you sell a stock under a year, you're imposed to like 30% taxes on those gains. If you sell after a year, you get a less capital gains tax, like about 15%, depending on what state you in. Definitely verify all this. I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't take advice. I'm just showing y'all what I do, sharing my journey, my mistakes, things like that. But yeah, I bought my first Nvidia like 2023, so it's cool. We're good to sell, and that's the first time I've sold. Like they have all been buys, so I'm really just selling some of my Nvidia right now. So cool. Still bullish on Nvidia, but it's just a $4 trillion company. You know, I don't see Nvidia getting to doubling. You know what I mean? I don't see it doubling from here. Like that'll be very rare right now. Maybe 10 years from now. I don't know, 20, 15 years. But right now is you don't see Mag 7 companies double. Will it still beat the S&P? Probably get a good 25% return, 30% return this year. But it's not gonna be crazy like a Zeta or like a small cap, $5 to $15 billion market cap, like around there. You know what I mean? Next on the list is Meta. Still liking Meta. I actually might buy more here. Meta is still a buy in my opinion. Haven't really done too much with that. They did have a big announcement today with AMD that I want to get into. So today I'm gonna probably focus more on AMD. My last video I focused more on Zeta a little bit more. So each stock update video I'm gonna probably just try to focus a little more on that one company or whatever it has the news, some good news out that week or whatever you might have it. You feel me? Meta still bullish. Street still not trying to give them that multiple right now. because of their spending so much on AI. But this is easily a $700 stock. You know, it was at 780. It was at 780 in August. You know what I mean? I think all-time highs is at, where's all-time highs? All-time highs is at 52. We got almost 800. So that's $200 from here. That's a good buy. That's a good buy right now. Let me just, so on the day I am down 1.58%. On the week I'm down roughly 4%. On the month I'm up 1%. 3 month roughly 5%. Year to date I'm pretty much flat. We lost all those gains. AMD, this is what I really want to talk about, but I'll say this for last though. I'll say AMD for last. I just want to get into this one article. SoFi, still a buy here, in my opinion. But when you're an investor and you don't have a lot of capital, as y'all can see here, I only have $55 to my name right now in this account. So you got to be very particular about where you're allocating your money into. Like I say, I like to concentrate, especially when you have a small portfolio. You want to concentrate a little more. Like I said, preferably no more than 3 to 5 companies, honestly. So you can really get that growth. When a stock takes off, your portfolio really amplifies off of that. But so far, still good. It's still a buy, but I've already built out a solid little position right now in the 15s. So not too much. Here the cap on credit cards, they take a little hit on it, but I think we're still good. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really follow SoFi like that. My main companies are focused on like Zeta, Fubo, and but still like SoFi, still gonna hold it long term. I'm just trying to get exposure to different industries, and I don't have Robinhood in here, so Zeta, man, this joint went for a well round trip, bro. Freaking lost down 20% in a week. So we had that OpenAI deal I talked about in the last video. If you didn't watch my last live stream, you gotta catch up. I'm not even sharing my screen. You gotta catch up. But it pretty much took a round trip back to $2019, bruh. I tell you, the stock market never ceases to fail me. This joint ran up. It ran up on the OpenAI and then came right back down. But you know what we did? We bought more. I bought more. I bought what did I buy? January 14th. I bought 2 shares at $22. I bought another half a share at $22.60. I bought 2 more shares at $20 around $21. So hey, sit it down. Let's keep buying. This is probably the only stock in this portfolio I'm probably will continue to buy. Like I said, I only got $55, guys. Like, look, I only got $55 right here. It's Meta 600 a share. I did throw a little bit in the Fubo. I do believe Fubo has bought. It's near the bottom. Who knows? Honestly, this ain't pissing me off. Not gonna lie. It did hit 240, but it's at 244, and it seemed like it was trending back up. Had a little pop, but it's down. But this is more so of a swing trade. Bought a couple 5 shares, earnings in 2 weeks. Might get a little rise. Hoping we can get up to that $3 mark. I'll probably sell just a little something to make a little extra cash and put back into Zeta. Disney merger went through. Earnings calls in 2 weeks from now. But this, you just got weak. Management is not getting guidance. It's pissing me off right now. Just something or communicate, especially compared to a lot of the other companies I'm invested in. That's a big thing for me, is when companies are able to interact with retail community, retail being myself, that's what they call it, the retail community. So a lot of them come like Zeta, like Palantir, like a Robinhood, other companies I'm invested in. The CEOs will sit down with retail investors, do interviews, and invite retail investors like ourselves out to events, things like that. And it means a lot because it shows that they care. Well, Fubo management, them boys be silent. They don't be saying nothing. And they lost NBC. Like, the Super Bowl is in a couple weeks from now. And I don't understand how you're a sports streaming first platform and you don't have the Super Bowl. Then you get some playoff games. You're not getting a Super Bowl, bro. I understand you signed with Disney, but the market doesn't care about that. The stock fell 30-40% once you sign with Disney. So my thesis on that completely derailed. That's probably one of the top companies right now have a loss on is Fubo. But we ball. And the options I had for Zeta last week, those expired worthless. So we lost out about $120 on that. Charge it to the game, man. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. I'm actually just gonna show y'all too. Just so y'all can see losses, bro. Y'all can see some losses. What was that? Yeah, y'all can see right here. Real life, I ain't gonna be flexing on this jump. I'm gonna show y'all like, yeah, we took a loss, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Where's it at? I just saw. Where'd it go? I saw it said oh, right here. Zeta call option for January 16th, 2026 at expiration. It was a $25 call, so it expired worthless. It doesn't say how much I took a loss on, but I lost some bread though. I lost some bread. I lost like $100, $100 or $200, something like that. Charge it to the game, man. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game. But you can see here with this Fubo, I'm still down on this. Hood, I'm still up good. AMD is still up. Palantir, Zeta still up. But that's not the main one though. So last, I just wanted to get into AMD. AMD just announced today that Meta announced that they're specifically only using AMD GPUs and CPUs exclusively. So let me just get into this. I'm really tempted to buy more AMD. Not gonna lie. Really, really tempted. Already 28% of the portfolio. I don't know the last time I bought AMD. September. I haven't bought it up September, but I do want to share this article. Because the stock market was pretty red today, but AMD definitely held its own. It stayed about flat. You know, it's up 11% on the week, 9% on the month, year to date, 2.39%. Cool. And the reason for this is because this article right here, I'm going to share. So AMD stock jumps on reports of an AI chip deal with Meta. Let me zoom in a little more. AMD stock was up on Tuesday alongside a report from Haitong International Security Analyst Jeff Pu that Meta Platforms intends to purchase MI455X artificial intelligence accelerators from the CPU and GPU maker. The report claimed that Meta will switch from two AMD MI455X chips as the social media AI company scales back its in-house ASIC plans. Meta Platform is among the AI companies that have been working on own custom silicon to avoid reliance on Nvidia products. You see, however, that appears to have hit a snag with the desire to acquire GPUs from AMD. The same report also noted that Meta chose AMD MI455X over Google's TPUs for its upcoming deployments, rejecting previous rumors that Meta Platform would acquire its new AI processors from the Alphabet. It makes sense that Meta Platform would choose AMD as its main source of AI. Meta and AMD already have a close relationship, with Meta being the semiconductor company top AI accelerator customer in 2025, making up roughly 42% of its AI GPU sales. Ongoing support from AMD AI chip from major players like Meta is a positive sign for AMD. So yeah, it's essential for these companies to partner with each other, specifically AMD and Meta. I've been covering AMD for over a year now. Go back to some of my old videos. I did a little more deeper in dive. And another thing, I'm not like a super due diligence type of guy. I do my due diligence, but the technical or the financials and I look over it and I make sure the investment is sound. But compared to these other guys on X and writing 15-page reports, like they locked in, and I don't blame them. I don't blame her. I tip my hat. I salute you. I salute you. But I got my own investment strategy and it works for me. So we're gonna do what we do. If you like this type of content, hey, subscribe. But just to close out with the Meta AMD, they've been partnering for a while. I believe they did partner with this the MI GPUs, AMD's GPUs, and Meta. They collaborated creating these new GPUs over the past year or 2 years or so. So, like you said, you saw in the article, companies don't want to rely as much as on Nvidia. Yes, they have the best chips right now, but that gives them pricing power. Now, AMD is coming out with a full scale rack, GPU rack. So that's essentially when you have these big. Let me show y'all a data center. Hold on, because y'all probably like. See, I can show y'all inside of a data center. So essentially, these are your this is a data center right here, and they try to build one around my way too. I live out Maryland, close to the Washington D.C. area, and they want to build one out like Glen Arden area. I think it's gonna get approved. We need the money. I'm not gonna lie. People were trying to rebel against it, but it's pros and cons. But at the end of the day, we need the money, we need the revenue, we need the jobs, all that type of stuff. But right here on the right, AMD's doing a full scale rack now. So that's essentially the whole rack and the GPUs that go inside of it, if you get what I'm saying from this photo. So once they put that online, these are the GPUs. Now, companies need thousands of these little GPUs here, which power the cloud, all your information, all your data, how your LLM, your ChatGPT, your Gemini works. You need data centers to process all this data, all this traffic, all this compute. These is what do it. And then you need not just one of these, not just 5, not just 10. Companies need thousands of these. And they cost like 5 figures plus for one. So it's big business, of course, but you need a full rack scale. You need a warehouse full of this, like you see here. You need a warehouse full of these. Right here, you see on the right hand side. So just to give you a little background on this, I don't want to make the video too long, but essentially that's what the Meta AMD partnership. AMD did go up a little bit today, ended flat, showed some good resilience in the market today. My personal portfolio, AMD is currently my. Let me see. AMD is currently actually my biggest position right now. 16% of my portfolio is in AMD, as y'all can see here. So yeah, 15% is in AMD. I got 17% is in AMD, 17% in Palantir, 15% is in Zeta, 11% is in Hood, 9% is in Nvidia, and 7% is in SoFi. If you want to look at my profile, I'll put my Blossom down below, but this is what my portfolio right now consists of. So as you can see, AMD is one of my biggest portfolios. I mean, AMD is one of my biggest position right now. I want Zeta to get to my biggest position, but I was buying so much AMD during that tariff dip, boy. You don't even know. Y'all boys don't even know I was buying so much AMD during that tariff dip last year. It done doubled. I tell you that, brother. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know y'all opinions. What some stocks y'all invested in. Someone said they want me to look at Andrew. I think they're IPOing this year. There's a lot of IPOs coming out, but appreciate you for tuning in. J. Russ.